Hey friends, welcome to ThursdAGE. It's your favorite Thursday program. All about, why is it asking me to reload the page?
Don't reload the page.
I know why. ThursdAGE is the weekly program devoted to the adventure game engine. Well, it's our proprietary system invented by one Chris Primus. You know that guy. Famous Primus, I like to call him. But, on this program, we talk about all the games that are developed by Green Running and powered by Age. We also do some other fun stuff, like our current running project, The Slumberer's Burden.
Oh, yes.
So, Duke.
Yes, Troy.
Today, we're going to vamp just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That was me whistling temp. Was that horrible? Sorry.
No, it was great.
I wanted to. We're going to vamp just a little bit so folks can kind of join in as they're ready to, as they hear the announcement. But today, it's about 1 million degrees right now.
Oh no.
Yeah, here in Seattle. So you know what I thought? I thought I would get my myself a kind of a milkshake. Something cold, some good.
Yeah.
Oh, Ren says early labor has been lasting about a week. So Ren's not with us today. Ren's partner, they are having they are in labor, and early labor yikes, a whole week. That seems like a lot. I mean, I can't know for sure, but looks like they're getting ready for a new addition to the LeBeau family. Exciting stuff, and all our best to you and your partner. I hope so. I think it'd be awesome to have a mini Ren. That would be so great.
Yeah.
So how ironic, we're having the coolest week we've ever had in 4 months. Well, you know why, my friend Chat? Because you're so cool. Because you're a cool guy. That's why.
Thank you.
But yeah, so I bought myself a milkshake, and I thought, I'll pop the lid off.
Oh no, I can feel where this is going.
It all over me. I'm just covered in caramel milkshake.
Oh no! Did you have no time to clean up?
No, I mean I did clean up a little bit, but I'm finding myself basically pretty sticky. So that's what you get, folks. You get a sticky me.
Well,
and
I'll take sticky Troy. Yeah, I'm not sticky.
You're not sticky.
I'm actually not sticky.
I'll be sticky
because. But yeah, please be sticky for the both of us. Today I'm not sticky, except for maybe I'm sweaty a bit because I just came from work and just popped in here to do cool stuff with you.
You did, yeah. And thank you for that. I appreciate it. I know you were busy ITing the world.
Yes, for some reason people still need IT support. I have no idea why.
Yeah, I mean, AI, I guess pretty soon we'll be able to. No, I'm just kidding.
No, hopefully not, because it's so wrong most of the time.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
I wouldn't say never, but probably at least not for a while.
Yeah, I just don't even have time to unpack the whole thing. I mean, it feels like a fun little thing, but it's also a love-linator. Moist.
Oh,
yay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you hear that voice in the background, but before we dive into that, I want to talk about engine number 3.
Yes.
So we just did a live stream this weekend, and SAGE, simple Age. It's a reworking, it's a simplification of the age system, and with 4 different settings. And we
Which are
sat and we talked with our friends that made the contributors, the authors of these settings, and it was a great live stream. It was phenomenal. Sales are fantastic. Really excited to hear that. And so, if you haven't had a chance to pick it up,
please do.
I'm introducing some new technology for folks who are hanging out on YouTube, which is our kind of preferred venue. We certainly like it a lot. You can click on the product right under our live stream, and it'll open up the store, and you can pick up Engine 3. You can either do PDF, or you can do PDF, or you can do the print order, and also you can pick up the PDFs for 1 and 2. So if you weren't able to pick up the collection, you can or the first 2, you can do all 3, and you'll enjoy all 3 of them. They're really great stuff. Malcolm Shepard is the brain behind Engine, and is curating all of the contributions, and we really got to look inside of how how Engine number 3 came together, and the people who were sharing. It was remarkable. I was just really impressed, and it was very rewarding to be a part of. Tech issues notwithstanding, but
Definitely.
yeah.
It was great to, I mean, I sadly couldn't make it to the stream, but I checked it out afterwards, basically, and like directly after it ended, I came home. So I checked it out immediately and picked up the book, obviously, and loving the hell out of it. It's great.
The 4 different
It's really
settings are
good.
so fantastic. They were just really phenomenal.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. If you like Age, and if you want something that is not as elaborate as some of the Age iterations have been, a little bit more free form, pick it up. You will love it. If you have ever played maybe Fate, it would be the closest thing I think this is going for, because it's picking up so many things that are much more freeform than what Age was doing previously, and I love it. It's like nom 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 nom. It's food for my everything. I absolutely adore it. So please pick it up.
Yeah, Tempo asks in chat, did Malcolm Shepard say which setting was his favorite? I guarantee you that he wouldn't share if he had one. I think he would be very hesitant to pick a favorite, because he just each one of them are so great. I can tell you what my favorite. Well, no, I can't. I was going to say, oh yeah, this one. No, that one. No, this one. No, that one. No, this one. They're all great. They're really well done. They're very distinctly different.
Yes.
I love this sort of the trans. I think it's transitory, or anyway, it's the one in the upper left there. You see that with the iconic on the cover. It's got this kind of body horror kind of vibe to it, almost Cthulhu Awakens-y. But really, really enjoy it. But then, and then I think about the space one. That one's super fun. But then the Half Moon Club, I think it's called, or the Half Moon. I need to pull the stuff up, and I did not, because I'm bad. But yeah, you can pull them up, and you can click on the products just right under the YouTube stream. And if you're watching from somewhere else, you can pick up those up at the Green Ronin online store. And if you head over to greenroninstore.com, you will find all of those right up at the tippy top of our product list. And you can pack. Yeah, it's not transhuman. It's
transmigration.
I feel like that's right. Yeah.
It is, because I have the document right in front of me.
And that's it.
It's the Half Moon Department, Zarat Adventures, Transmigration, and the Guardians of the Key.
There we go. Thank you very much for doing my job. I'm nothing if not professional.
It's fine to pick up slack sometime.
Hammer. Well, I'm not sure I know what that means, Shadowcat. Cicero body hammer? I'm not. I don't know what that means.
I don't
Is
either.
tessero where you get gasoline in the States, or what? What do you call? What did Germans call gasoline? Fart
Benzin.
in some. What is it?
Benzin.
Benzene?
It's like mostly we call it benzene, which is part of what is in there, like a part of
Yeah,
the you get benzoates. I'm not sure if
yeah. I'm
there's
just
actually.
saying that's one of the most polite German words I have ever heard. I mean, not to say that it's a vulgar language, but it's just very it's got some consonants, and that seems very light uh, on the German.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, not all German words are a horrible nightmare to endure while hearing them. I have we have actually a quite pretty language, and not everything sounds like horrors.
Well, look at this. Quite a
Hi.
pretty face. Hi, friend. Good to see you, and thank you for rushing to your computer to hang out with us
Yes.
today. So, you know what we're going to do? We are going to spend some time digging in to the documents. We're going to talk a
Ooh.
little bit about all of the where we're at thus far, because I think that it's getting the project has become so large that we're losing bits and pieces of the point, and I want to just make sure we're doing that, and also I want to make sure that folks are able to give us some feedback, and so we've created a space in Discord. And that, let me see. I want to link them right to that thing, and I
It's
lost.
already happened.
It's already what now?
I already linked it.
Oh, you linked it in stream?
I linked it in the stream, yeah.
You complete me, my friend. I really appreciate it. Yeah. So join up, friends, and get in there, and we'll have some polls, some questions, and that kind of thing. We'll be talking a bit about it on the stream today, so you can weigh in and sort of let us know your thoughts. But yeah, I thought we would just kind of go over the central concept, talk a little bit about what it is and what the world is that we're building, and then and make sure that elements that we might want to make sure are baked in there get there. Like for instance, the lizard friends, our little lizard pals.
Oh, little pals.
Our little red skinned. Whatever I can't remember. Yeah, we need to like figure out some of that stuff, but we're not doing
The
that this time. We're getting
I
into
I
the
think we call it like the singers or the shepherds
or the
or the
shepherds. Yeah, it might have been shepherds.
speakers. Something about that one, I think.
Yeah. There we go. Where did you go? Let's bring you back. There you are.
Hi.
Hi.
Look at me.
So the other thing is in Discord, I have linked to all of these documents so you may read them for yourself and provide any sort of thoughts on that.
Exactly. So if when you're on the grad, you'll check out the things that you can see, and there's an area. It's called GR Official Live Streams, and there is an area and a forum that's called the Slumberer's Burden. Within that, you'll find the master post in which everything is described and where the links are and everything. Also, you will find a specific channel for ThursdAGE and a specific channel for Mumamo, where you can talk about the show, throw suggestions in, be kind, all the good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Celebrate, our award-worthy productions.
Yeah, I will still have to fortify that area because I'm just seeing an issue, but it's fine. I'll do that later.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you. Oh, people are already looking. Look, we got already. This is a anonymous giraffe. I see you.
See, there's an enormous
Says
shot.
I still need to take a look at engine number 3. I've not had a chance to read Sage yet. Well, you know what, Ren? I'm going to send you a copy with my compliments and well wishes for that nobody has to be in labor for longer than a week. I mean, that's
Yes.
early labor just seems unfair given all of the things. So the least we could do is give you a PDF. We'll do that for you.
And a potato. I'm trying to make a heart, but a potato is the best you're getting. I'm sorry.
And an onion.
Yeah.
Okay, so without further ado, here we are. The slumberer's burden. Of course, the slumberer's burden being, all of these people who have set up shop on this on the back of and in the maw of this giant dragon. So it's a colossal ancient dragon has crashed into the world. Its body's so immense that two distinct civilizations have been built upon and within it. One in its humid, cavernous maw, and the other upon its icy, mountainous back. Unbeknownst to the majority of its inhabitants, this great slumberer is not merely a geological feature, but a living, imprisoned entity, the subject of a centuries-long secret war between two powerful hidden factions that manipulate the very lives of the unwitting citizens. So we get into that. A titan imprisoned. So the truth is, the Great Slumberer is an ancient sentient being of immense magical power, not native to the world. It crashed eons ago, perhaps fleeing some cosmic war or escaping an unbearable wound, or as a deliberate act of hibernation. Maybe that's just what it does. Its crash reshaped the landscape, creating the very features its inhabitants now call home. It's not dead, but in a profound, magically induced coma, a state far deeper than natural hibernation. It's every subtle shift, every tremor, every breath of internal heat or chilling draft is a ripple of its imprisoned power. The common belief is that the Great Slumberer is a natural, unique geological formation, and to the degree that it's a little weird. That if outsiders come in and they're like, "Yeah, this is a dragon," and they're like, "You are crazy." What are you talking about? This is a gift from the gods. Um, a non-living thing, which is bizarre because where's all this, warmth coming from and all this other stuff? But that's the idea. And so any of its movements they attribute to geological activity and its unique resources to natural phenomena, just where it happens here. And they, don't speak of there was a time before the dragon, but they just don't talk about it. They refuse to believe. So now we talk about the two cities. So they're two vibrant, distinct civilizations, very distinct. They unknowingly live off the very life force and the body of this imprisoned titan. So there's Fornax, the metropolis in the Maw. Now that's Duke's domain. That's the city you're crafting.
Custodian of. Yeah.
Yeah, the custodian of. Right. And it's built deep within the warm, humid, cavernous mouth of the great slumberer, amidst its fossilized teeth and along its internal throat passages. We really haven't talked to how deep into the throat passages it goes, but they're in there. Climate and culture characterized by a perpetual twilight, a damp earth, and a bioluminescent flora. Its people are adaptable, communal, and driven by trade and harnessing of geothermal steam. So kind of like a steampunky kind of, dragon punk. I don't know.
A bit. It's maybe not like super steampunky. It's using steampunk vibes, but it's not like Victorian England or anything. So
got you. Yeah, it's not sooty and dirty and like all that stuff. It's a vibrant culture of folks. They live close together, and they have a fluid sense of personal space. They're susceptible to whispers and the subtle erosion of trust, often manifesting as rumors and challenges to established norms. And then there's Etheria, the ice spire citadel. They are perched precariously upon the craggy, ice-scoured spines that rise like mountains from the great slumberer's back, defined by biting winds and thin air and harsh, stark beauty, lots of crystalline sort of structures and bridges and things. Its people are hardy and self-reliant and stoic. They value endurance, martial prowess, and ancient traditions. Life here is a constant test of survival against the elements, pretty harsh, and they are equally as harsh about their feelings for the folks in Fornax. These two cities do not get along.
Reyn is very aware of that place, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that place.
I know that place. Experiences unsettling physical shifts like minor tremors. There's some mining going on. We talked a little bit about some potential flying beasts, things like that. I also see what's interesting for both is I see almost like in the maw, I see sort of like vines that create these bridges between the teeth, and it just is very evocative, almost like a really cool Ewok village,
Yes.
not derpy and dumb, but cool. And so yeah, and so
Imagine sophisticated Ewoks, if you will.
hey, devious. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so now here's the factions. And the reason why I say hidden hands tying and untying is because this is the great uh facade. And basically there's a group called the Kabbalists or Kabbalists, secretive generations old guardians. So their primary goal is to maintain the dragon's deep magical slumber indefinitely. They view the great slumber as an invaluable, inexhaustible resource, and its body providing unique materials, ores, and flora, and thermal energy, and that its passive magical aura can be siphoned, and its sheer scale acts as a formidable natural defense against outside threats. Waking it would mean losing everything they built. It would be catastrophic to their cultures. Influence and method. So they're architects of the prevailing myths that carefully manage conflict between Fornax and Etheria, that's an interesting point to make. The carefully managed conflict. They orchestrate the annual holidays, the Flame Festival for Fornax and the Frost Vigil for Etheria, during which thousands of unwitting citizens unknowingly channel their collective life force and belief into maintaining the complex magical wards that keep the dragon comatose. Their influence permeates the highest levels of both city leadership and trade, subtly directing policy and manufacturing resource disputes or prophetic omens to keep the populations distracted and divided. Let's see what chat's saying. Sophisticated Ewoks, like with top hats and monocles. Yes, absolutely. That's exactly right. The Ewoks were very sophisticated, says Michael in chat.
And he's
I'm
right.
not sure.
I mean, they were great with laying traps and everything.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And throwing a big party.
Cute from afar, but when you get up close, they're kind of creepy, ugly.
I mean, I don't want to judge, but they're ugly as hell.
I'm judging,
I'm not judging, but I mean, everybody has their.
I say, old man, that's a bit yub.
Yep.
Okay, so we've talked about how this is the cabal is this generations old group of people trying to preserve the coma and keep the secret.
Mm-hmm.
They the idea that they're keeping things secret, from the populace. They are also utilizing the populace to keep the dragon asleep.
Yes,
as they understand it, and they are it's one of those things because the cities are thriving, and there are good things that happen, and then of course all the intrigues and things that you would expect from two big cities. But the notion that they're really architecting all of this kind of stuff is pretty wild, and it begs the question of how good are these people? And they've clearly done some kind of an equation that talks about the autonomy of this big being, this big beast, this big giant, the slumberer. The way that they are utilizing and kind of keeping this thing asleep is clearly kind of a moral failing. Now there are other people who believe that what they're doing is not good, and that would be the cultists, and we're calling them harbingers of the awakening. They're a fanatical, prophecy-driven group of people. Their motivation: they believe the Great Slumberer is a divine being, a prophesized world cleanser, or a key to a new golden age. They seek to awaken the dragon at all costs, believing its current state is an unnatural, blasphemous imprisonment. They see the cabal as blasphemers and exploiters, and they're just sort of hyperbolic enough that people can kind of go, okay, look at that, like they're wandering around, uh, public events with the big sign saying, awaken the beast, with a big megaphone or something.
Awaken the beast!
Yeah.
Awaken the beast! Don't believe their lies! Awaken the beast!
And Care Bears versus the Third Reich.
Okay.
And it's we're talking about the Ewoks and Stormtroopers, but
Yes.
but yeah, so that kind of lends itself to this moment of there's also an aspect of what the cultists are doing that really dooms the civilizations. Because if they do wake the beast, if that's what they want, and they succeed, that this thing is going to shake off the cities and spit out a mouthful of fornax. Exactly, and just be like, "What have you done to my teeth? Why are the people?"
I need to go to the dentist. Also, I have a weird taste on my mouth.
Right? Yeah. Wow. Humans taste gross. But yeah. So the idea here is that there's a real conflict, and it has been occurring, but to date the Kabbalists been able to really paint the cultists as sort of lunatics, and they have the upper hand, given that they really do kind of control and influence the major systems of both cities, and have these connections. Again, I also like the idea of this sort of orchestrated warfare, or this scarcity, or these moments where they keep the population focused on anything but where the little red dragon friends come from.
Exactly.
And so let's see here. Okay, so operating in the shadows, they actively seek to disrupt the Cabal's wards and perform counter rituals to stir the dragon unsuccessfully. They spread dissent and paranoia and fragmented truths among the populace, contributing heavily to the city's undercurrents of unease. So they really do try to shake things up, to get people to wake up, open your eyes. They exploit existing city conflicts, turning resource disputes into real sabotage and whispering prophecies to the discontented. They often infiltrate the spiritual or academic groups in each city. So both of these organizations, secretive, influential in their way, embedded in systems within the city, as they try to tie and untie the mystery. They are employing a complex ritual. So the awakening. So they are employing a complex ritual that utilizes a massive pulsating drum designed to mimic the dragon's waking heartbeat, attempting to force its mind back to consciousness and break the Cabal's mental hold. This is a precarious, escalating effort with potentially catastrophic consequences for all involved. And you can imagine the hunt for the drum is an ongoing thing, and there's back and forth and all that. I mean, a lot of fun. So the looming conflict. The conflict between Fornax and Etheria is a sophisticated, generations-old piece of theater orchestrated by the Cabal. It's designed to keep the citizens focused on the manufactured rivalry over resources like specific minerals or fungal growths. Which I read that the other day. I was like, that's just it has a bad mouthfeel. Fungal growths.
It sounds a bit icky. That's true.
It does, yeah. Like they got it from.
I think I have a fungal growth there. Could you please take a look at that?
Or we're running out of fungal growth stat. Let's see here. Okay, so fungal growth and some fungal growth. Where did I leave this at? There we go. And ancient fabricated grudges, diverting their attention from the true existing struggle. Their victories are always hollow, the battles rarely truly lethal, and all manage to prevent genuine unity or insight. So both keep them busy, keep them from connecting. And the other notion here as well is, and as I'm thinking about this, because of the great sort of siphoning of power, that the Cabal is facilitating to keep the dragon, asleep. I'm imagining too that there's elements of that magic that keep the people kind of like, no, this isn't a dragon. This is just a naturally occurring dragon shape.
Definitely, yeah. There's some sort of mindfuckery going on.
Exactly. I'm the fun guy. I'm the fun guy. That's right. I love this. When the dragon wakes up, I don't remember ordering in. Good stuff. I don't know really what Devious mentions that human flesh tastes a lot like pork. So yeah, thank you for clarifying that you haven't actually tasted it. But maybe to a dragon, it could be, they could have like a human allergy or something.
Oh no, that would be horrible. Or maybe it's not kosher.
Right. Right. It could be that as well.
It's like, oh no, I can't eat human. That's not right.
I do love the notion Paul's sharing that those Bloody Awakeners throwing noisy parties at all hours of the day and night. Well, I could imagine there being sort of a regular, uh, this wasn't the high point of this particular series, but like a cave rave that you saw like in the Matrix, uh,
Hmm.
some subversive musical element that has this big beating drum that they, and maybe even they're working on the drum. Maybe they haven't shared it yet, and maybe they're only rumors, but it's their big weapon of mass awakening that they, want to use and deploy maybe at a, a pending festival or something. I could see that
Yeah,
happening.
it's probably like a magical device, smaller than one would think, but still big enough to have to hide somehow.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Or maybe they just hide
and
it right in plain sight.
or
It's
like
just
that,
for
yeah.
it's just for the event, like it's the largest drum ever built or something like that, and
How
uh,
inconspicuous.
how inconspicuous. Yeah, preparing for the regular cultural kind of Paul, that's great. Fornax is literally mouthfeel.
Everything in Fornax is what happens in Fornax stays in Fornax.
Right, sure. The okay, so let's see. Where did I leave this off? So the cultists, they're looking to destabilize this delicate balance, and they're intensifying their general unease and pushing their awakening rituals, getting that drum ready for the big party, sharing all kinds of, information and misinformation, anything to thwart what the cabal is doing. And they were turning the cabal's controlled stage play into a real devastating war between the cities, and that would weaken the wards, inadvertently or intentionally awakening the great slumberer. And the adventurers, the player characters are caught in the escalating tension. There's a lot of things to do here, a lot of fun to be had. From the just I'm running around the mouth, I'm running around the spire. I've got missions to both. I've got, there's just a lot of fun there. And then all of the palace intrigues, I think. Glow sticks, yeah. We do. We have a whole mouthful of glow stick that we can
Yeah,
deploy.
so many things that are glowing there. It's kind of odd.
Right? Yeah. So we've got that. So that's the basic storyline. Before we move on, I want to get a sense from people in the chat. What do you think of that storyline? How do you feel? I mean, I tried not to, here's what happened. I wanted to really, this was supposed to be a battle map. That's all we were going to do is a battle map.
Just
And
a
then
little, tiny little better man.
just a tiny little battle map for fun. I just bought some new map brushes for Photoshop, and I just was like, "Hey, maybe we can make a map together." And it's turned into this. But unfortunately, both Ren and Duke captured my creativity bone or whatever. Tickled my creativity bone.
We grabbed you by by your creativity bone.
Yeah, and that
Not at all.
activated my creativities, and
Of
I
course.
just really spent about a week really kind of typing out the stuff, and there were a few different directions that I was thinking about going in. What I didn't want to do was sort of like, here's this set in stone thing, I'm going to cram it down your throat. And I really wanted, because I really do want this to be a collaborative effort. Fortunately, both you and Ren liked the notion, and were able to kind of run with your, the city's idea. But I wanted to get a sense from chat, what we didn't get a chance to do, and we want to do more of, is get feedback from folks who are
Yes.
arbiters. That would be you, friends. And so, tell me
Yeah,
what you
please.
think about, just so rather than share uh, new-ish ideas, because there are going to be time for that as well. The storyline as it lives, and I will say this. How can I say this? 99.9% of the story is known. Now, one of the things I've learned from a world class, I mean, cosmic class developer, designer, Steve Kenson. He works at Green Ronin. He put together a little Mutants and Masterminds TTRPG. It's like the only superhero TTRPG in the world.
The one and only.
He said once, and I was listening because he's running a class or a sort of a workshop for the Cape and Cal Club on the Atomic Think Tank, which is sort of the the $8 a month club that gets to kind of do a bunch of fun stuff. And one of them is the Pinewood Project. And he said, never keep a secret from the GM, which I think is key. I mean, you don't want to be like, surprise, you didn't know this. So, but I will say this, until we kind of get those pieces together, there's a little secret happening in the background of this. And it's a secret, so I won't get into it. But as it stands, how do we feel about it? Yeah, exactly. Power level X game designer Steve Kinson.
Definitely.
Let's see. As long as I get to playtest, I'll be happy, says Shadowcat. You bet. 100%. Now we can have, right. Ren says, now we can have a bunch of battle maps. Paul says, somewhere deep within a lost and abandoned mine shaft lies a sensitive mass of flesh which the Awakeners use as their drum. Oh boy. So like they've created the drum out of, is it like deep in the ear of the dragon? The eardrum?
Either that. I was thinking about a tonsil drum or something. like right in the bed of the shoulder, like, oh my god, what are you doing?
I love this. Okay, what is Tempo saying? And they have this idol singer who tries to get the crowd really stoked up. Her name is probably Pecora. Is that a joke that I'm missing, Tempo? Because we can
Tempo,
make that
please
happen.
explain.
Yeah,
make it happen.
We can totally do that. Okay, so I'm asking for your feedback and would love for you to share your thoughts. Now, you don't have to, if you're watching this on demand, you're not late to the party. You want to make sure you head over to the grad Discord. You want to jump in and head on down to the official live streams section and look for ThursdAGE building the Slumberer's Burden. And you'll see all the details there, and then just weigh in on stuff that you think might be missing, or if something isn't particularly like, for instance, one of the not problems, issues that I have is I want to take the name Etheria on a walk through the park just to kind of see, because I think it's a well-used name. But we'll see. So that's just that's the kind of feedback that we're looking for, and so your thoughts are very strongly encouraged. And let me jump over to, let's see here. I'm going to share this other tab. And so Duke, what are your thoughts so far? Are you feeling pretty good about what we got cooking?
I enjoy it. I like what we got. I think having like at least these two conflictioneers going on is great.
Yeah.
I'm still, but that's just me. I'm still vying for like a third faction that knows that this is a dragon and wants to kill the dragon, just to make sure that this isn't that this never wakes up. Because if it's a sleeping dragon, it could wake up. If it's a sleeping dragon that we want to wake up, it will wake up. And if it's a dead dragon, it will not wake up, which is what this third faction probably would want.
A kind of death cult.
Either that or a life cult for themselves, more or less, because like this dragon waking up will be disaster for this country or whichever landscape this is. If we make sure it never wakes up, we're protecting everyone.
Right. Yeah. And so you're saying we got a faction that's like, keep it asleep. You got a faction like wake up, and you want another faction that's like, kill it.
Yeah.
I like that. Nice. I love it when the stand signal goes off. Can only mean one thing.
Oh no, I can already feel that it's probably Ewok shaped.
Let's see. I bet you it is. That is so funny.
Oh no. Are we going to see a very sophisticated Ewok?
Oh, you called it. Hang on one second while we get it. Let's see. There we go.
Of course.
I sailed, man. Yup.
Yum up indeed.
So great. That is hilarious, Dan. Thank you so much.
Okay, we now have to have like little bear creatures in our setting because
Well, I think our
to
Ewoks are
honor
scaly.
Stan.
Our Ewoks are the little red, scaly shepherds.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's
But
Arbiters.
how did they get fuzzy?
They don't. Yeah, we don't have any fuzz.
They're not fuzzy. I mean, unless they're
No,
moldy.
wait, moldy. No, I don't think they're moldy. But we do have the cute little tardigrades, the
Yes,
little farting friends, and then the balloony kind of I don't know what they are.
Paramecium
Paramecium,
kind of.
yeah, kind
Yeah.
of jellyfish or something.
Mm-hmm.
Poco Pico. Peco Pico. I don't know what that means. I feel like this is a
Pico Pico.
puzzle.
Pico Pico.
Pico Pico? Like Pikachu?
Maybe it's Pikachu's less known cousin.
Michael in chat, I like the comment. I'm not going to share it out loud, just because well, let's not tempt anybody to weigh in. But it's funny. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah. Okay, so let's make a note then. We need a death cult, or a some cult of like, I don't know. I'm saying cult because I have no other, some faction that is maybe
a faction that wants to get rid of the dragon.
Maybe they're very pragmatic and they're anything but sort of cultish and sloppy and whatever. Maybe they're a little more about precision and they're about, like, yeah, I mean, very serious group. I
wonder how they're culturally perceived, because you have this big the big cabal that's like, nothing of this is happening, there's no dragon, I don't know what you're talking about. Ignore the teeth or anything else. There is no dragon. And then that's like exactly, that's the common belief. And then you have like the little sign guys and go like, no, this dragon needs to be safe, please. And then you have someone else who's like, no, let's kill the fucker. That's like,
you're really blowing our fuck budget right out of the
I'm so sorry. I mean, we're almost we're to the back part of the episode. I'm pretty sure we can go with one or two or three.
Yes, that's what I was thinking there, and I think that Nate, you mentioned that as well. But nihilists, that's a great idea. Like they're just looking for the dude of the dragon. Yeah, I think that's an interesting idea. But the other thing I was thinking as well is it feels very Etheria like a seriousness, and the other thing too is maybe they are another unknown element that the players can uncover and discover. Like maybe none of the other factions really know that they exist, and to do that they must be great sort of spycraft kind of, I don't know, interesting. Then Neely's Brotherhood. Yes, that's it could be a, I shy away from Brotherhood primarily because we just want to make this sort of accessible for sure. But I just love the idea of there just being from all walks of life, from all genders, all representations, that there is a group of people that are, they think that they're the real super secret group, that nobody knows about except for them, and maybe they got a big plan, or I don't know. We can certainly talk about that. Doom Seekers. Is it Doom though? I mean, maybe because if you think about how pragmatic they are, or if that's the direction we go in, like it feels almost like they would feel, maybe they feel as much devoted to this, this mission as any sort of, spy would, resolute, like they are there for,
they have I think they themselves are pretty much like pro-life. No, that's a terrible phrase. Forget that. Oh no!
We're hitting all the notes on this.
They are. That took a turn. Like they are very much for the living. They just want one thing dead so they can live. It's
well,
like
maybe
like
they also are. Maybe they feel like because the cultures have become too dependent on this, and what's happening is unnatural. Like the proximity to the dragon's magic, that it's really bad. They believe that it's bad for humanity, and they want to kill the dragon so that at least that at that point they're not getting radiated by dragon magic, and nobody's subjugated, and nobody's living big lies.
Yeah.
Pragmatic.
That's probably like a multifaceted approach of for us to really live, the beast must die.
Yeah, and I think that they, rather than approaching it as like zealots or religious zealots, that they probably, I think a flavor or a juxtaposition might be they are regimented, very organized, very like they are people who have a their boundaries and their guidelines and all that is very pragmatic. They believe what they're doing, but they do it in a way that is more militaristic or interesting. I like that idea.
Which probably also puts them more on the alert system of the city itself, because the dragon huggers that are just like, oh, let's wake
dragon
up the beast. They're like, yeah, sure, you're delusional, it's fine, but knowing what they know, the other guys who want to actually do something that would be really against what they want, they probably have to hide more. They can't be like on the streets and go like, hey, let's kill the dragon, because then the cabal comes and takes you away to Foreverland.
Right.
And you don't want that.
And maybe their approach, their strategy behind that, this whole thing is, it's to not make a big spectacle, because they're gonna kill the dragon. That's what they're gonna do, and they don't need the other folks to know that they exist.
Yeah,
but they need to be like, I could imagine too there being sort of a moment where players find or overhear a moment where maybe one of the members of this third group is lamenting the fact that they're undercover in a dragon huggers sort of thing, like they're just very like disgusted by it. Like these sort of the way you would imagine some real an FBI agent in the 60s would react to a hippie, like, like.
Yeah, probably. It's like, how dumb are you? Like, do you want to sacrifice all of us just for this thing to be free? Yeah, what do you think it will do when it's awake? Aside of destroying our city, it will eat the world. That's not the thing you want.
Yeah,
you want to kiss flowers and be high or something. Just
I like this. Shadowcat says the dragon magic mutates people, or its mind talks to people. Yeah, and so they're opposed to that, and maybe they've even got some special magic or even physical stuff. Maybe they've discovered as an ore within the dragon itself that they can maybe their signature thing is they all wear helmets like Magneto, because the dragon can't get into their mind or whatever.
Maybe. I mean, we already talked about like the deeper into the dragon you go, which normal people can't, because that's why we have the shepherds who do these tasks for us, because they are more immune to the weird environmental situation that's down the gullet. And I'm pretty sure there are like specific, like maybe not minerals, but some sort of material that is highly magical, because it's like giving the dragon its magic, and if you take it, then obviously you're gonna get irradiated with it in some degree, which created the shepherds in the first place, but also affects humans and dwarves and elves and
they know that
whatever
isn't the case.
other
Yeah.
species you have, that they will start displaying like dragon-like
And they could
features
be actually
eventually.
developing all kinds of technology within the dragon to keep themselves from becoming prey to both of the spell that that the citizens are forced to participate in,
Mhm.
unbeknownst to them. And
Yeah.
maybe there's a bunch of like things that they do. But Paul's sharing some stuff in chat that I think really answers a couple questions that I have.
Oh, please.
So here's a thought. Before the dragon, this was a post-apocalyptic world, wandering nomads struggling for survival on a dying world, scavenging for scarce resources. Then the dragon crashed. I love that idea because it really does explain then what's going on outside of the dragon, which is just desolate. Maybe it's the remainder of a big world war or something along those lines. I love that.
Mhm.
Let's see what else
That
he says.
seems cool.
They lived inside the dragon for many generations, and no one alive still remembers what life was what life outside was like at the time before. Has become tales of legend or woe, or a lot of very traumatic memories, a shared trauma. And I do like the idea that we could go way back and we can think about the origin story and why there are two cities. There could
Mhm.
be two families that said, no,
That
we're not doing that, and another family said, no, we're not going to be living this hedonist, whatever, and that could be part of the lore. I really like that a lot.
Oh, it could be two families who hated each other when they came there, but they had
Yeah,
to flee together from the famine or whatever
yeah,
post-apocalyptic issue was going on. But they hated each other, and when they arrived at this land, one of the families decided like, we are going into the mall, and the others were like, yeah, fuck, we're not going. Oh, I'm blowing the business. I'm sorry. We're not going. We're not going in there with you. So let's go above. And then they realize, oh, it's kind of cold in here, but there's a lot of stuff that we can still do. And so that's where they like resettled and maybe had like a little bit of communication, but still had like animosities going on.
yeah.
And
But then
then
maybe
eventually
came to
things.
agree that then that's when they had an accord that you live there, we live here, but we need to keep the populace, on the hamster wheel.
Exactly,
And
because they knew we might be the last people. We don't know what's all going on out there. And then over the
yeah,
centuries, that idea kind of faded away because only occasionally, like people from other places came who were
yeah,
really really destitute, looking crazy, having whatever might be going on outside. So there's only like
sure.
a faint reminder of what the world really looks like outside of their now magically like grasped protective layer of reality. That's
Yeah, and I can see them becoming so comfortable, and so maybe when they made the discovery or they learned that it wasn't dead or dying, but injured and hibernating, they said, well, we just got to keep this thing in hibernation now, and
yeah.
work together to kind of keep the ruse going. I want real quick. I want to just share this. I think it's interesting. Is the tinfoil hats is definitely the version, and to clarify, so we've got
Ooh,
the
yes.
shepherds who are the little lizard friends, but then we have this third faction of people who are opposed to living inside they want to go, they want to establish themselves a civilization out of this dragon's body, out and off of, because they feel like it's, or they can see the impact that it's having. Clearly people are, giving up their life to this, and yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, so moss or crystals or something, I could see maybe there being some kind of a, you know maybe you, I don't know, stick a crystal in your ear, or something.
Your
Maybe
nose.
something a little more, sophisticated than that. Maybe, yeah, maybe like there are, moss with crystals embedded that actually could be kind of neat looking, and maybe
Oh, it's
that,
like a crown, like a little
yeah,
moss crown with crystals around that looks
the
like a tiara
glowing,
or something, but very, very glowy.
yeah, the glowing moss with crystals. That's a very evocative. That's a great
Yeah.
idea. I love that.
Also,
Let's see.
I think if we go with with this apocalypse idea, which I really like, because then we have a reason for the apocalypse, the dragon crashing onto the planet, and then later on the dragons that crashed it is the only thing where you can still live, which is usually the opposite. Usually when the asteroid crashes, you don't want to go where the asteroid crashed.
Right.
But this is the opposite thing.
So
that would be cool.
Maybe because when the dragon hit, it clearly created, sort of a catastrophe of epic scale and upheavals and tsunamis and the whole thing, and creating this problem, destroying cities and whole civilizations. And then they come across the dragon as later at maybe I don't know how long after things. I would imagine at the epicenter, things are pretty messed up.
Yes,
and so maybe
definitely.
In their exploration, they were like, what caused this? And then so Paul mentions maybe these people believe that the dragon was a temporary solution and that they should return and reclaim their original world. So maybe that's the underpinning. This was only supposed to be temporary. Look at us now, we're thriving. This is not, yeah.
Yeah, that the third faction is kind of maybe having old texts and remembering stuff from before, and they're like, this is not how we are supposed to live. This thing is keeping us somehow under its veil with whatever it's doing, and we need to learn to make this planet fertile again, but we need to make sure that it can't destroy it again.
That's right, because leaving would be another catastrophe, so it just has to die. That's the only real pragmatic solution that ensures that the cities are not destroyed, in that the dragon leaving doesn't like fly off with all their atmosphere or something.
Just one quick breath and going off. Fallout Dragon, that's exactly what we're going for.
Exactly. That dragon inadvertently saved people with the resources its body provides. Absolutely. 2 households, both alike in dignity, in fair dragon corpse, where we lay our scene. Yes, indeed. The dragon fertility in question, is it sleeping to await the laying of eggs? Is it a mother?
Oh, yeah. Okay, we have not yet thought about the gender or the sex of the dragon.
We haven't, but interesting. If we so let's unpack this for a minute. What if the drum is somehow made of the eggs or something, or it's going to be, or that could be a whole nother interesting storyline.
Yes. Okay. The drum actually is one of the not yet fossilized hard eggs. It's like more of a soft egg situation, like some lizards have.
Yeah. Interesting.
And they encase it somewhere so that the soft part is under tension, so you can.
You're kind of thinking. Okay, so you're thinking of like an egg. I was thinking more like it was an egg that they've opened it up and they have stretched something over the top of it, and it's part of a drum or something. But we can work out.
Oh, actually destroyed the egg to create their drum. Yeah. Well, I mean, that would definitely anger the mom. You can pretty be sure of that.
Well, and here's the other thing. Maybe that could be another element of an encounter of does the party protect the egg, the dragon egg, and prevent and thwart these people from, the cult from creating the drum? I mean, that's a fun little kind of side quest for sure.
Could be interesting, definitely.
I know it is. Plus
also the implications to our area of the thing.
Exactly. From those eggs, the redskin trick. Oh. Because maybe they find the eggs and they're already hatched, and maybe they're the draconic humanoids.
So that the shepherds are actually maybe the dragon like many other species doesn't have I'm a dragon, I lay eggs and dragons come out of it. They have a multi-phased species kind of thing,
an ant,
like an alien. Yeah, like an ant colony, or like a butterfly, or like an alien.
The life
they have different life
Yeah.
cycles of the dragon, and the dragon lays eggs. From the eggs come the red-skinned dragon people, and the dragon people then do something to create an actual dragon egg that then hatches an actual dragon.
All right, so I'm going to
write it down.
Yeah, I'm writing it down. I'm serious. This is all phenomenal stuff. Really, really great stuff. But an unexpected reveal is happening in the chat right now, and I'm going to have to reveal this secret that I was saving just for chat. But I'm going to, because naturally this is when it was supposed to be shared. So the real idea here is that the dragon, having crash landed on this planet on purpose to hibernate, to maybe to tend to wounds. Maybe there's a big cosmic war battle going on, and it was fighting for its life, or maybe it's Braggers or whatever. It landed on this planet because it could sense that the humans were there in a sort of disarray. And they wanted to basically, Paul, verbatim, this is the idea. The real big secret here is that the mechanics of the dragon's hibernation is that it psychically attracts living beings to it, so that when it wakes up, it has something to eat.
That's funny that Paul actually kind of cracked our thing. Where did you hear that, Paul?
I'm just absolutely my gasps are flabbered. That is so funny, Paul. That's the big reveal. So of course, in building this, we would want to incorporate those details into the setting book, so that the GM knew about it. But it would be a layer of, oh no, you don't want to wake this dragon up because you're food. Like you, and so it really creates this. Oh, you bet. Ren says I've been kind of in and out. Right, Ren.
Great minds think alike and all that.
Paul. I love that. True. I love that. Your brain is a beautiful cauldron. But that is,
time is a weird soup.
It's just hilarious.
That's fun.
It's just great. I mean, but here's what I'll take from that, given that Paul was able to kind of tie that together, is that we had already discussed amongst ourselves that could be a thread, a big reveal thread that the GM could kind of reveal as the players experience the storylines and the different sort of court intrigues or palace intrigues and all that stuff. I just didn't think that the chat would be like, hey, this is what we're doing.
Sometimes, the idea you have is going to be the idea that other people also come up with. It's interesting.
And but that's Go ahead.
I mean, the idea that we had. Are we spilling the beans now? Is that fine? Are you okay with that?
I mean, I feel like we gotta kind of, because we're working with chat to kind of put it together. Not everyone's going to watch this,
sure.
So
then, so the idea was that yes, it crashed there intentionally. It attracts people or living beings from around to not just consume as food, like just eating a human, because it's so big. A human would be like a grain of rice, basically. So you would have to have a pretty large amount of humans to satiate it, but the life energy of them, like the souls of them, is something that the dragon is after. And also that while it's in its dormant state, it manipulates, not just attracts the people, but manipulates the population. It basically informs the cabal and the cultists to have like and the people of Etheria and the people of Fornax to have these fake conflicts going on, to keep some sort of a balance for the people to have something to do aside building their city and living their lives. So there's enough going on that they're distracted enough to not realize what's actually going on, and so it's attracting dragons. Exactly. attracting more and more people to live there, and also probably if the city's been going on for a while, I would suggest that if it's going after souls, that people who die there, their souls don't go into heaven, but they are sucked into the dragon's like main Carfunkel's power crystal, and they can't escape. So he's just attracting like souls, and when he thinks, okay, I'm powered up enough, now I wake up, kill everyone, take all the souls at once, and then I'm back up and can do whatever I want to do.
And there's certainly an element of bring more organic matter into me. You know what I mean? Like they're not leaving, like they may feel like they're harvesting stuff, but they could be doing things that are beneficial upkeep while this dragon's not, taking care of hygiene or whatever. But so that's the big sort of big thing. And that all of these cities and the leaders in these cities, they feel like they're keeping a big secret. They've got agency in a way that they feel, that the populace can't know these things, but really they're all being manipulated by the dragon, who's like yummy.
Yeah, and I think oh, sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
Oh no, I said yummy people in my tummy, and how dare you?
Yes, that's true. I'm so sorry. Oh no, yummy people in his tummy. And then the third faction that now is there that wants to kill the dragon, they are for some reason immune to the influence of the dragon.
Maybe because they're utilizing the like elements of the dragon, like the moss and the crystals or something, some kind of repellent, to
shield themselves from the actual like dragon influence. And they're realizing like this is all weird, something like cosmic horror is going on here. Everybody is acting like the fish people, the fish people of Inmouth, and it's all Inmouth. And so they're like, okay, we need to kill this thing because something extremely weird is going on here.
Hey, Michael in chat, it is a setting with lots of adventures. Pretty soon it will become a full-fledged, line, and then a reality, and then it will be its own real planet, and then it will continue to exist, and then it'll take over our lives, and that's where we'll live.
Okay, what have we done? Are we planning for this to be like an engine setting, so basically a Sage setting, or are we planning this to become a Fantasy Age setting?
What a great question for us to answer next Thursday. So why don't we spend some time next Thursday exploring where, because we know it's going to be powered by Age. But with the advent of Sage, there may be some real good reason for us to adopt a simple Age approach. I definitely like that. You got to get them in my mouth. Paul, it's funny. Paul says, just put on the damn glasses. Like, there's something happening. One of the things that I really like about this notion is that if maybe this the third party that we've kind of that we've very definitely woven into the story and then managed to tie up with the big reveal, that maybe this group, it's a crown, it's a something, it's a thing that they wear that lets them be free of the voice of the dragon in their head and the other elements of all the nonsense, and their eyes are open. But could you imagine there'd be a very effective way to shut one of those people up if they're, maybe they are captured, maybe there's some of this sort of spycraft going on where they're, captured and interrogated, but all they have to do is
they get their crowns taken away from them, and then like, no, and then the dragon comes and takes over their mind.
Yeah, kind of like almost like that vibe of the in the Matrix when the agents would take over the bodies of the people in the Matrix. It was kind of that oh no, like that's wicked. That's very, very
okay. This is getting very, very cosmic horror-y right now, but I love it.
Right, it is a bit. It absolutely is. But yeah, so awesome. We've given you 13 bonus minutes, and that's free of charge. There is, yeah. The cliffhanger is next week. We'll talk about what we're gonna do. Like, is it going to be Sage or is it going to be your classic adventure game engine mechanics? And
Mhm.
maybe I can convince one Malcolm Shepard to come. We can tell him what we've done, and he'll be like, "What have you done?" And we can
What have you done?
we can get some thoughts, and then we can do a big poll, and folks can vote for standard issue. Sort of the age or Sage. I like that a lot.
Yes.
Okay,
Awesome.
awesome.
Also, please come to the grad, go to the earlier specified channel, and throw your ideas there. The ones
Absolutely.
that the ones that you put in chat here, but also if you have other ideas, please throw them there. Just so that we have them. We'll go through all of them and have discussions amongst ourselves what we're going to do, and then we will put up like maybe a poll or two about things that we want to include, maybe things that we want to take out, so that we can have like a creation thing going on there. But please, pop by there. Drop all your brain nuggets right into the grad.
Brain nuggets, put your brain nuggets in the Discord channel.
Yes.
So I want to say this is exactly what I was hoping we would be able to do: collaborate with chat and get some synergy going, and we have managed to do that. Thank you so much, Reyn. Thank you as well. I know that you couldn't be on the show today, but you were here with us in spirit as you were waiting the imminent delivery of a mini Reyn.
Yes, mini Reyn.
Mini Reyn. I like that a lot as well. And so keep us posted, friend, and our best to your partner as well. Do extend our love and sympathies, because I'm imagining a pre-labor. I mean, I don't even know. It's just it strikes me as something that one does not want to experience for an entire week.
Yes.
So I think with that, friends, we are done for this particular issue of ThursdAGE. Hey, guess what? We're not going to be here for that's Mutants Masterminds. We're not going to be here for Mutants Masterminds on Monday because it's a holiday. That is, so what in the heck? There we go.
What's happened? Are you okay?
Oh, it's me. You hear it? I play. It won't stop playing. So. But yes, so we won't see you Monday, but we will be back for ThursdAGE. And let me go through a couple things here. I want to make sure. Now, of course, we've been talking about the Atomic Think Tank, and you want to get in there because there's all kinds of great stuff happening. In addition to the grad. Now, people have thought, well, where do we go? Do we do the grad or do we do the tank? And like, what's the main thing? They're all the thing. So get into both. They're going to be special things that happen in the grad and special things that happen in the Atomic Think Tank. They're two great resources that work really well together. So don't be afraid to join them both and share ideas and the like. And what else do we have here? Hey, you know what? At 5 p.m., that's in just mere minutes, about 45 of them, you get to do get tanked with Troy. Basically, it's my office hours. When I do those. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a really, I gotta tell you, friends, even if you just pop in, lurkers are fine. We'll say hello. It's very friendly. If you've got something on your mind, you want to share it, maybe the discussions that we're having here, maybe I owe you something and I forgot about it.
Money.
You can jump in, go to atomicthinktank.com, head over to the events. There will be a Zoom link. You click on that, and then you will be transported to the meeting, and we will all get together and talk. It's just a fine group of human beings, and would love to include you among them. So do join us, and even if it's only for a moment, just come in and say hi if you like. It's just that kind of thing. Or maybe you want to come in a little late. So I tried it. The idea was that it was supposed to be about an hour to 90 minutes, but we've been doing 2 hours and 3 hours, because the conversations have been so compelling. And then I know for a fact that people, after our discussions in the Getting Tanked with Troy, they go to the Discord and then they have further discussions. So it is.
Yeah, it's always fun.
It's always fun. It is fun. It's thoughtful. It's illuminating. It's educational, and it's fun. So head on over there. It's very, very enjoyable. And let's see, what else do I have here? Join the grad. We talked about that a little bit. Also, please do not forget to pick up Engine. You can do that by, if you're on YouTube, just click on those links. Buy yourself the 1, the 2, and the 3. Also, get yourself a 1 and 2 while you're at it. You know what I mean? Print copy of
Definitely.
number
Please
3.
do.
Yeah. Purchase them up. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.